Hey, Juan. Hey, lettuce repairs up. Course lugs up. Nice. How y'all doing this morning? Well, my morning. I don't know what time it is for y'all. See, look. It's not nighttime. The sun's out. And I'm wearing a different shirt, which insinuates that I took a shower. I guess. You never know. Good morning. Good morning. So, we have another PS5. Well, it's a PS5 I was working on last night. There ended up being a shorted diode on the HDMI circuit, so I'm gonna get that fixed today for this customer. I told them I'd have it to him today. Actually, let me tell him I'm live now. Same time, we East Coast, remember? Oh, yeah. Well, it's not just you, Juan. There's other people. I know you're important, Juan, but there's other people, I promise. I'm seeing other people. I'm like, alright, now they're blowing me up. Okay, so I had this customer. I asked them to send their contact information to schedule a visit, and they never sent it. And now they're texting me a bunch and asking me when I'm gonna show up. And I'm like, you didn't follow through with the process. How am I supposed to? We never scheduled anything because you stopped communicating. Now you're blowing me up while I'm streaming, which is a no-no. Anyway, sorry. It's just little frustration sometimes. I know we're all humans and we make mistakes and we got our own stuff going on, but I like to be as organized as possible, especially when things get pretty big. Alright, so anyway, it was this part. Hold on, let's go over to the overhead cam. It was in this upper right section of the HDMI circuit. This guy right here, there's a diode that went bad. In fact, let me show you guys. I think I still left it on the PCB. Ooh, that is not in focus at all. Zoom out. That was better. This thing like rotated weird. Is it me? Or is it this? Looks like it doesn't want to be straight sometimes. Yeah, see, this is crooked. Is that the camera? No, I guess it's the camera. Okay, weird. Its center point isn't exactly center. Okay, anyway. So we discovered that there was a shorted diode here. The diode is right here, the bad one. I have it off the board. It came from right here. It's the same diode as this guy, and this was shorted to ground. So I'm gonna take apart another PS5, my parts, PS5, my donor unit, to get this diode and then put it on this board. Because other than that, that was the only thing still going on. He said, follow the process, man. You on Wolfpack time, not Lion's Den time. Facts. Yeah, I just, you know, I try to be as nice as possible when it comes to things. But sometimes, like, I don't know where, like, some people, I guess, I don't know if it's entitlement or they've been screwed over in the past or what, but you can't take that out on everybody, man. Like, yes, I'm a one-man army, so a lot of times people feel like they can kind of do things out of order, out of process, like things they would never do with a big company, right? And it's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that, because at the end of the day, if you want consistent good service, I have to follow these processes, or it's not gonna happen. Alright, so this is my parts unit. It's an OG PS5 Slim with a disk drive. Oh, that's right, I didn't fully reassemble it because I have to keep disassembling it for parts. I didn't want to have to keep fully reassembling it and disassembling it. Oh yeah, wait, this guy had a broken one of these. I could replace it for him from this unit. Yeah, he had a broken one. Here, I'll replace it for him. Why not? It's just a parts unit anyway. It's not gonna cost me anything. And then I could put this one here. And look at that. It's funny, I was just saying I wish I had one. I'd give it to him, but I forgot about this parts unit. You know what? Let me text them. Let me not be a butt. Let me text them. Oh yeah, my manual donation shout out. Casanova was the last one. What the heck? I'm hitting V. So sometimes you have to drop to solder down and stand on business because they effing up the business. You see what I mean? Like I never, like me and all my brothers and my family know this. Like I don't mind the smoke. Like I don't duck smoke. I avoid it as much as I can, but if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, right? It's kind of my mindset. So and by smoke I mean confrontation, and it could be as trivial confrontation or serious confrontation. I'm not saying I'm out here fighting everybody or doing anything crazy like that. What I'm saying is I don't mind like at a certain point where you have to just kind of stand your ground and say your piece. Like I don't mind that. 'Cause at the end of the day, if you don't do that, in my head, it's kind of like a form of lying, and lying just prolongs issues and prolongs like things unnecessarily that don't need to be prolonged. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta be like, hey guys, I tried to contact you. I sent you that message. I was waiting for a reply. I never got it. So that delayed things. And it's not like it was like one day. It was a few days. So I thought they were just like they didn't want the service or they were gonna move on. That's another thing about processes and just being consistent is then you don't have to think about it. You can basically shut your brain off. It's like, well, did they follow the process? No? Alright, don't have to think about it. Good. I'll use these few screws. Comes from the solder. I want to smoke it. That's a good one. Expect no less. Alright, so we're gonna have to continue on with the disassembly. Man, I am so glad I did not like fully put this thing back together. Alright, get on there here. Like running out of space. So we have a nice disk drive too. A bunch of parts from this unit. Yeah, this unit's great. It was so nice to be able to get this unit for parts, man. Shout out to the customer who was willing to sell it for parts. His sacrifice was not in vain. Plenty of parts from this thing. Oh yeah, this is when I took parts from this guy for a blown Ethernet circuit after a lightning storm. So are the back screws in? Yes, the back screws are in. Alright, let me go ahead and get this motherboard out. I see the diodes I need. Actually, I wonder if I could just take them out at this point. Probably not good practice. I probably should remove the board. Yeah, I'll be smart. Just remove the board. Take a few more minutes. On flux. I like that instead of on God on flux. Yeah, one is a menace, bruh. This guy, how does he come up with this stuff? On flux, bruh. That should be the new thing. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my Instagram. On flux, bro. About that solder on flux. No, about that smoke on flux, bruh. I gotta figure out how to word that. Freaking Juan's a genius. I see why he has 500 subs, man, and climbing. Man, they use so much thermal solution on these OG PS5 motherboards. It's kind of crazy. Like, they use thick behind soldered pads, or thermal pads. It's like they just didn't know what to do, so they just did something to get it out the door. But I think this is a Gen 1 board. Yep, EDM010. This is like the first gen PS5. Yeah, I checked so many circuits and I couldn't find it. Oh, I took an HDMI encoder off this thing too. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the part we need. See, that wasn't too bad. So glad I partially put this thing together. I gotta keep all these together. I don't want to get too disorganized here. You know what? I'm probably gonna leave the board out and just clean up the liquid metal, because I need more parts from this thing, actually. But I like keeping it all together because then I don't have to think about it. I know like all the parts are in one spot. Now I'm gonna reassemble it. Alright, so here's the circuit I need to take parts from. It's right up here. So let's go over to the microscope cam view. and get the diode we need. Only thing is I kind of have to find a way to confirm orientation because the PCBs are different. Let me see if I can figure it out just visually. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we got the stripes going up. That's why they call these the 71 diodes, which I did get more on order, some new ones. And then that will save me time from having to pull it from another one. But we can kind of see the orientation here, right? So we're going to see it very similar to this, 2 resistors diode to the right. Okay, so we have these 2 resistors right up top towards the HDMI port, which is like beyond, right? The HDMI port is up here. So this is how we can use the board to kind of figure out orientation, because diodes are polarized. You need to put them the right way, just like a battery. You have a positive and negative, a cathode and an anode. So we see the stripes are up. See how they're going towards the resistors? That's exactly how we need to put this on the other board. And there's a capacitor here, so it's gonna be exactly the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this guy, and then we're gonna transplant it over. It's funny, same terms that people use for surgeries. This is basically surgery. Gotta transplant things, bypass things, triple bypass things. It's literally the same terminology. This is straight up surgery. Alright, so let's see if we can heat this up. You know what, let me add some flux and solder on flux. You know what? I guess let me let me utilize this camera I spent so much money on for this phone. Let me actually show people what I'm doing on Instagram real quick. On Flux, bro, I love that. Every time I see it at the bottom of the chat, I just start laughing. We have an alert. Let's see what alert we have. Link for Hunter has joined the pack. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's give him a good Wolfpack welcome. It's his first time. I don't know if it's his first time here, but he definitely dropped the follow, so thank you. On my mama board, no cap. Capacitors. Yo, Juan's cooking today with the electronics jokes. That's funny. Here, I'm just making a quick post. Wait, that's interesting. It's coming from my speaker. Wait, are you guys able to hear me? Interesting. Still in stream mode. Okay, let me adjust that real quick. Or not, actually. I kind of want to keep it that way. Transmit inbound. Sorry guys, being a PR guy, I gotta stop sometimes and make posts. It helps to like bring awareness to draw people to the stream. But no, this was a good find last night. For anybody who was tuning in yesterday, I hope you guys got a kick out of like seeing that. For whatever reason, I still only get royalty-free music. It's so frustrating. It's alright, at least the music isn't like terrible or something like that. Alright. What did he say? I hear you, but it's coming through the speaker in Floridian language for some reason. Wait, what? Are you playing with me? Is my audio like bad or something? I think you're playing with me. Link for Hunter. He said I have 500 points, so I don't think it's the first time I'm here, lol. Oh, snap. Dang. Have you just been lurking? Your name looks kind of familiar, though. But I get maybe you just dropped a follow for the first time? Maybe I'm tripping. I'm sorry. I'm just busy buying stuff for my 50cc scooter again. Oh. Wait, is it Konsa Music again? Wait, but I thought your tag was different. Hold up, wait a minute. Am I being duped? Am I being duped here? Let's go back to the overhead and continue on with the transplant. Feel like Frankenstein. Is that who I think it is? I think that's who I think it is. You from Florida, man. Floridian, my guy. Oh, yeah. I know. That one I knew. I thought you were cracking a joke about the audio quality. My bad. You know, Florida man meme is a real meme. I actually work with a guy who's the closest embodiment of Florida man. Like, he fits the meme so well. And he has 2 first names. He's a cool coworker. He's actually like one of the few coworkers. Like, when I go to work, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be here. Yeah. Makes it more fun here. Oh, my bad, guys. Let's go to the microscope cam so I can show you guys what I'm doing. So right now I'm adding leaded solder so it's easier to take this diode out. And then from there, once we're able to get this diode out, we can transplant it over. This is terrible. I'm like scooting all these screws around. 1 second. Make sure I'm not like losing any screws here. Okay. Here, let me rotate the board. Let me see if that makes it easier for me to
apply solder to this donor board. Make sure I'm in focus because I know I moved it. Let's get that in focus. Alright, cool. I would like to buy 2 rims for my scooter so I can change between seasons, but I found out they cost 740 sheesh for 2 wheels, but I was lucky to find 2 used ones on eBay for 88. Nice. Yeah, you can't beat secondhand, man. I stay on Marketplace for stuff like that. Honestly, I've been looking for some wheels so I can sell a car and keep my original wheels. Oh, that Reese Witherspoon joke I got you with. It's still pretty funny. Yeah, you got me. You got me good, man. Not with a knife, with a spoon. Yeah, my sister was cracking up on that one. Alright. I think this should be enough to remove it. You know what? A conical tip might actually be better here. Also buy used one complete engine, but that's probably another day. I'll buy it. Nice. You know, I need to get more in the scooter business. Alright. I'm gonna flood the end of my soldering iron so I can remove this guy. At this point, I don't really care. I just want this thing to come out. And it's not coming out. It refuses. Said, heck no, we won't go. I was Facebook Marketplace looking for secondhand undies for myself. Surprised the market is scarce. You know, I'd be more hurt if you found that. I know that's the joke, but imagine a world where people are selling secondhand underwear. Is that a world you want to live in? Ask yourself that. Truly ask yourself that question. I don't know if that's a world I want to live in. Maybe in Florida they do that, actually. Unironically. This thing is giving me too much grief. Leo would do that. Let's wait for his answer. That's funny. Alright, I'm gonna try hot air. This guy just doesn't want to come off. Alright. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Gonna do the 2-iron method. Because I don't want to deal with this anymore, and I should have had this thing off already. I don't like when these components like to give me grief. Unnecessarily, too. There we go. Okay. Component is off. Almost new, nice. 300 years later. Alright, so here's the part we need. Try to hold this in place here. Part is still on my tweezers, that's a good sign. Uh-oh. Fell off my tweezers, but we're here. Uh-oh. No! Where'd it go? Are you kidding me? Okay, I found it. Alright, I see it again. These things are so small. Okay, so we need it where the stripes go towards the resistors. That's what we discovered. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Just like that. Then I have to clean it off just so I can verify where the stripe is. I believe it's to my right. Or the swab side. Sure is. Alright, so it needs to go like this. See? Same circuit. 2 resistors, diode there, diode here. We're gonna go ahead and get that installed. We're gonna do this right side first because that side is the ground plane. And it likes to be a pain in the tush. Boom, just like that. Now let's double check that this diode is good, because you know, it took a lot of heat for me trying to get this thing off the board. So hopefully I didn't denature it. We're gonna check this real quick, putting our beard in diode mode. We're gonna see what we get to ground. So this side is ground, so I expect it to beep. Which it does. This side should not be. 0.6 voltage drop. Good. That should be a W. Let's clean this off some more. Alright, go ahead and try to take a photo here. Alright, we have our photo. Can't stand when that thing beeps. That frequency is so annoying. Alrighty. Time to reassemble again and test. So let's do that for this PS5 here. Get my meter out of the way. Hey, how's the liquid metal looking? I mean, that looks pretty good. I don't know if I need to really respread it. I think I removed all the oxidation already. Alright, this is the one. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't think I need to respread that. I think it's gonna be just fine. It's crazy how much smaller they got the PCB to be, which saves them so much money. Alright, let's keep going. Let's finish this reassembly. To get the X clamp on so this thing can conduct heat as it should. Yeah, I know it's kind of early. You guys got any plans for today? How about you, Juan? Spending time with the kids? With the family? need to be putting all these screws? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, let's go ahead and test. I'm looking forward to this one. What chair in the way? No, it's not. Alright, cool. Hold on 1 second, guys. Getting a call from my dad. Do we see the screen, boys? Do we see the screen? Sorry, I was on the phone with my dad, but I'm popping off right now. Let's go, baby. Oh yeah, let me get in the menu. Let me get in the menu. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and shut this guy off. And then we can complete reassembly. Oh, he's already watching. I was about to send him a picture. Alright. We got that turning off. Nice. Snoopy Boo, let's go. Oh, I think that's the customer. That's what's up. You know, let me put my dancing emojis in the chat. If my dad was in the chat, I think he's running errands when he called me. I think he's doing something for his pool. But if he was in the chat, he'd be like, no dance today? I'm like, no, Dad. Uh-oh. my bad. Knocked that one over. My little hand vacuum. Alright, super ecstatic to have gotten this one fixed. I think I'm going to try to do one more HDMI port repair for this morning stream. And then out of the gauntlet I had. And then from there I need to, I have some tasks I got to do. I have someone coming by to help me with that second office to help with organizing all the parts and components and tools and whatnot. So I really wanted to get this done for this customer. I don't know, it's crazy. It's one thing that motivates me is trying to keep my word as best as I can. Like, life be lifing sometimes, but I try my best. I try, man. Like, if I say I'm gonna have it done by a certain time, I really hope to. Am I perfect? No, but I try. I try to at least keep my word. Alright, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I don't think I cleaned off these parts. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna run to my garage real quick where my air compressor is, and I'm gonna get these cleaned up. But I'm very stoked that we got that one fixed, man. Is the stinking, oh, it's right there. Okay, cool. We have everything. Stinking diode, man. One little diode. That's all it took. The diode the size of a grain of sand. Alright. In my garage, here. Compressor still has a good amount of pressure, but I'm not gonna turn it on. It's gonna get loud, guys. All right. All right. We are back. Overhead. That fan had a lot of caked up dust in it. I'm telling you, this PS5 is gonna be running pretty good. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Let's get that cleaned up. Let's get that cleaned up. Alright. Let's do it. Need the metal sheet. Call it the metal sheet, but it's a shield. It does suck that I burned that gasket. I mean, I could rob it from a USB port. I mean, I'd rather do that than not have it on the HDMI port. A lot of times people don't even use the USB ports back here, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Wait! Donor board. keep forgetting. Donor board. I can take parts from it. Yes, sir. I got the phone. I got the phone. Yo, this donor board has been the MVP of so many repairs. Shout out to I believe his name was Trabian. He was a customer I had. I think he's in the military as well, and he had a PS5 that he took to another shop, and that's what this one was. And he found out about me because he was in town, and he was asking me if I could take a look at it, and I was like, sure, but you know, when I work on things secondhand, I don't know what other people did. It's hard to kind of retrace things. Sometimes when they put it back together, they don't care. There was liquid metal in places that there shouldn't have been liquid metal. So I don't like to make a super promise, but I just tell people I'll do my best. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to figure out what was going on, but that was before I knew I could, like, you know, use UART and look at the logs and all that stuff. Basically, I wasn't as experienced, much more experienced now. But now I just use it for parts, and it's served its purpose. It has saved so many PS5s in its role. So sometimes, you know, not all L's are true L's, is what I like to say. Not all L's are true L's. Alright, I think for this morning stream, ahoy! Ahoy, matey! It's Mr. Gene. He's one of the reasons I won't be streaming too long this morning. Or, well, it's afternoon now. See, I think the stream's been going for about an hour now. Oh, just shy of an hour. Oh yeah, start thinking of some grub, Gene. What you breaking today? Well, I fixed. This was a continuation of a PS5 HDMI port repair. I replaced the HDMI port, but the console still didn't have picture, so I double checked my work, and the HDMI port was good. The install was good. The HDMI encoder was good. But I checked underneath on the other side of the PCB where the HDMI encoder was, and sure enough, I was able to find a shorted diode, and that diode was preventing this thing from working. So I just transplanted a diode. It's a small little Zener diode that I transplanted from another parts PS5 motherboard, and we got it working. So yes sir, that's a W. Soon I'll be able to give the customer the signal to start making his way out here. Actually, honestly, I think he's watching. He could probably start making his way out here. Actually, let me send him the address. Address and invoice. That way when I'm done with this, it'll be less time if he wants to play something. Hold on one second. second. See, this is why I need a receptionist. Alright. Alright, got all the information sent out to him. Entry, by the way, he hasn't napped yet and is being a rage today. Oh, jeez. Well, someone's gonna have to enforce the Triforce of Power on this kid. This Triforce of Courage is a little too strong, you know what I mean? I'm playing. No, that's fine. Unless you think it'd be better to just try to reschedule for tomorrow. Just let me know. We will see how he is after his nap. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, my dad, he called earlier because he was asking me if, for that water heater, you need to make a port for the condensation line. He dropped off the tools, but I just never got around to doing it yet. And he was asking me on his way back from getting his pool water tested if I wanted him to stop by. We can knock it out, so I might do that. And then there's other stuff errands I need to run. It's easy peasy to do at least. Yeah, it's just literally make hole, put tube through hole. Thankfully. Yeah, there's gotta be, something's gotta give, you know, there's gotta be easy ones every now and again. Alright, it's looking good. Let's double check screws. No empty blue marks. No empty blue marks. Good. I would maybe put some clear caulk around it though. Yeah, my dad's trying to be like, oh, you don't need it. I'm like, bruv, I need it. I live in the sticks, man. Bugs will find a way, especially with all this rain. I'm not leaving that to chance. I'm pretty sure I should still have some. From another project I did, or some silicone or something. I know I have something. It may be dried up though, it's been a while. Alright, let's get some tape on here. Yeah, these paper stickers aren't holding anymore. Let me get my capped on tape. What emote is that? Is that like a snake or something? Hold up, let me see if I can hover over it and it'll say the name. Cade Cat. Crew Ear Cade Cat. That's an interesting link for Hunter. It's an interesting emote. What the heck? This man's busting out all the DLC emotes that I've never seen before. These are crazy. These are cool. That's what's up. Alright, let's see. Okay. What am I gonna write? What am I gonna autograph this with? So we did HDMI port replaced, debugged, cleaned, LM respread, diode replaced. Let's see, I'm gonna put 71 diode. That's what they're called. Online, you should be able to find it. What else? What else? Today's date. We worked on it for 2 days. But I'll do today's date. Date of completion. JD. And episode. I think it's WPE. It was episode 71 and 72. Alright. Cool. Family. Pancakes, heart, a QR code. Skill issue. Oh. That's funny. Alright. Plastic shroud time? Plastic shroud time. Maybe I should put this like foam gasket tape. Let's get the fan in. Let's get the shroud on. Alright, almost done. I hate when I do that. I wrote the signature, but I didn't take a picture. Why do I do this to myself? Be forgetting. I need to have like a command that'll make a sound bite that says, "Take the picture!" Or maybe J. Jonah Jameson. Just saying, "You serious?" Maybe that'll help me, remind me to take the dang pictures. Man, the glare. Not trying to be Vogue, I'm just trying not to get the glare too bad. Alright, cool. All we had to do was follow the dang train, CJ. Nope, fell out. Oh, it fell right here. Alright, glad this thing is doing its thing. Nice. Okay, it's time for screws. Alright, now that we have all the screws placed, oh, it is set to 1. Nice. Nice. Let's get the warranty sticker back on there. Oof, that was an itch. I was at the hardware store the other day. I came across a utility knife made in Japan, so I have to buy it so I can play a samurai. It's funny. Alright. And I'm just have this running in the background for testing purposes. There's my rag. Nice. Man, when I flipped this thing over before, there was so much dust everywhere. Now, looking pretty good. Pretty healthy. Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Can't be having one last piece all dusty like this. I'll be right back. Should be a quick one in the garage.
Cool. Alright, nice and clean. Or cleaner, I should say. Not so dusty. Put the magic cover on. Alright. Now it's time to test. We're just gonna test we're gonna test Wi-Fi. Maybe a game, just let a game run in the background. Man, this PS5 always keeps freaking me out because it doesn't beep. And I know you can set that in the settings for it not to beep, but it still freaks me out a little bit. My chair in the way? No, it's not. Kind of, but not enough to block the screen. So many PS5s, man. Jeez. Password? No password? Nice. I appreciate that he does not have a password. So then I can more easily load into a game. LAN failed. I guess he normally uses LAN. Alright. Wi-Fi is working just fine. DualSense wireless controller disconnected. Alright, so the controller's good. That's good. If I can load into a game, I have to have access to the internet because this is a digital console. So let me log into my network real quick. Alright. I think I'm gonna try to tackle one more PS5. Let the game run. Oh nice, 2K is perfect, because 2K you can kind of let the game run itself. Madden you can kind of do the same thing, but you have to give it some inputs every now and again, which can be a little annoying. Alright, well that's doing that. Kind of want to put my parts unit back together. I always gotta remember 2K plays copyrighted music, so I have to like remember to mute it because I don't want my stream to be demonetized or whatever. Alright, so quick play now. Quick play. That's fine. Start the game. Cool. Hey Jeff, I meant to ask you, I used to have Astro's Playroom on my console, but I think it was deleted. Can that just be reinstalled if you want to use it for testing? Yes, it can. I found out a way to get around that. So, PlayStation allows you to like sign into your account, like my personal account or my business account, PlayStation account, by just scanning the QR code, and that's pretty convenient because then I can just re-download it from that account and have the license and all that. So, that's nice to know. So if ever I wanted to like test a console and they didn't have Astro's Playroom, I have a surefire way of getting it back on the unit. Yeah, shout out to this donor board. So many consoles have been saved by this donor PS5. In fact, this is the donor PS5 I'm going to probably be taking that fuse from when I'm working on your console, Kevin. Which, if it's not, I will have to stop probably in like an hour because I need to do that water heater thing. But then after that, I'll probably either hop on today, again later today or tomorrow. Oh snap, it's Squishworms and Falcon. Uh-oh, the swindlers have spotted me. I feel like Snake coming out of his cardboard box.
How y'all doing, man? I feel like I haven't seen y'all in a while. Hold on, let's go to the overhead. I keep missing your streams with Falcon, let you know. Well, thank you to Falcon, and thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that. Yeah, we just fixed it was a more interesting repair. It was a PS5, but it had a shorted diode, so that was fun to find, and found it pretty quickly, thankfully, and got that all squared away. Well, it would help if I keep the antenna wires in the unit. That would probably help. Going forward, it's good to know I can just remove it like this. Good deal, thanks, Jeff. Of course. Really hoping to get your console taken care of, Kevin. That one's gonna be a fun one. 'Cause I gotta figure out what's causing that fuse to blow. Blocking one of the slots here. That slot. Alright. Park's PS5 is back in the rink. Back in the rink. That's Kevin's PS5. Let me do another HDMI port since it's quick and my dad will probably be here soon. Yeah, let me do that. Okay. Nice, not your regular HDMI port swap. Keeps things interesting. Yes, sir. Oh my goodness. HDMI port repairs are my most common, which I'm not complaining, but it's nice to switch it up. Alright, this PS5 is blowing nice hot air, and it's not ramping up crazy, and it's been in 2K for a little while now. Oh yeah. This thing is running strong, man. Good. Can breathe a lot better, so that's good. Alright. I think I'm going to call this one a pass. I'm going to call this one a pass. I already let the customer know he could start heading this way. All done. Please let us know your ETA. I guess I do need to get a formal estimate sent out to him, so that way he knows. That way he doesn't have to, because the service here is kind of bad, so that'll help with that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off this unit. It's not a a disk drive unit. Crap, I forgot to erase my Wi-Fi information. I hate that. Crap, my dad's outside. 1 second, y'all. I will be right back. I'm gonna go converse with my father real quick, and I will return. In the meantime, this should be booting up, and then I can swap that stuff over. Well, my dad has volunteered himself to do it solo, so I appreciate that. So I might have to lock in and out to just support, but thankfully I'll be able to keep streaming. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on, let me put the BRB overlay, but you guys will be able to hear me. Alrighty. We have returned. We have returned. Amazon returned. Alright, so that's what I wanted to do, is just remove my network. It's just a thing I do. I like to do. Is it that serious? No, but I like to. Okay. Console's officially good to go. We fully turn it off. Nice. And let's start working on the next one, which is right here. This one has a pretty cool skin. I remember Thrones. Like smashed. Yeah, Nightbot. Sometimes he's a little sensitive, but he comes in clutch sometimes. He can be very sensitive though. I've learned. I've had to tone him down, have some talking to him. Some talking tos. Tell him to chillax a little bit, but sometimes he can't help himself. Alright. So this unit's ready. Oh, that's right. I still need to get the invoice out. For our good sir on his way to pick up his PS5. Alright, we have another PS5 HDMI port. Yo, hey, it's Andy. How you doing, Swindon? Electronic Repairs, SER. Alright, it's 25 minutes away. Just about to send out an invoice. Alright, adding pictures to the invoice, because it's always cool to do. So, he said, I don't know. So when I work on customer stuff, it is them that send me the invoice, as they always get it back in bits. Worms is funny, man. Alright. Review and send. Alright, done with that. Onward. That's why I stick to doing it as a hobby. That was funny. Alright, let's go over to the overhead cam now that that's done. Alright, so we have a PS5. Actually, let me do my power on test before I move on too much. PS5 is looking pretty clean, just a little bit of dust, so that's a good sign. Let's go over to our test stand. Camera view. Let's see. Stomach is yelling at me. Must be hungry. Oh yeah, that port is super loose. Okay. Well, let's just make sure it goes from blue to white. And while it's doing that, I'm gonna go grab a bev. A good old bev. What if those parts came in? Oh, they did come in. Nice. I can test it out. I've been wanting to try these things out. It's the controller drift fix for Xbox One controllers, because there's no way to calibrate them via software, unless like maybe someone has something, but it's proprietary and it's not accessible to the public. So there's like no viable way to calibrate them. But there's a PCB with potentiometers on it that you can use. Still on blue light. That's interesting. Probably because it wasn't shut off properly. It'll probably triple beep at us. Here goes the triple beep to white. So that's good. Great play, by the way. Les Miserables. Amazing, phenomenal play. Highly recommend if anybody's interested in like live shows like that. One of the better plays to like kind of sit and watch. Very stimulating. Now, Phantom of the Opera, that soundtrack though, that guitar, the guitarist on the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack, phenomenal. You guys, next level. It's got that like 80s rock vibe. Alright, completely off. Port is broken. Alright, let's see here. Over to the overhead cam. Forgot to check Twitch chat. Oh wait. We don't live in the same country as I. Dumpster dive a PS4 low. It won't read the disc. Oh wow, you dumpster dived a PS4. That's not bad actually. Oh my, yeah, this took some damage. That's a lot of damage. Get the flex tape, guys. We need the flex tape. That's a lot of damage. Hold on, I kind of want to put it on the microscope. Now that I can show you guys stuff. Well, let me zoom out first, that'll help. And then you guys can see it up close. So, this is what a damaged HDMI port looks like. The outer shielding is completely broken, so the cable's going to be loose. And there's some pins damaged. Get the hot glue. That's a lot of damage. Alright, let me see if I can zoom in from here. Come down with it. Yeah, I gotta come down with it. Woo-wee. Yeah, that thing took a hit alright. Hopefully the pads are still intact. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright, that's good. And then we have the warranty sticker to remove with the greatest of ease. If I can find my blade. There you are. Sound like Smug. That's his name. He's a Street Fighter player. That's like his tag. That's the thing he says all the time, is with the greatest of ease. He's funny to watch. It's pretty entertaining to watch him play Street Fighter. He's just comedic. It's almost like Juan. Like, you're really there for the comedy, and then the gameplay is just like a bonus, something that your eyes can fixate on. Oh no. Nice. Nice. Oh, that's a hot air gun. Yeah. My heat gun. I like to use it to remove that label. Such a good investment. Are you guys like me before I got the screw gun? Doing it all manual. It saves so much time and effort. And gloves. Because me trying to torque everything to spec, I was wearing my gloves out on the fingertips. I kept wondering why. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing like crazy labor. I don't know why my gloves is falling apart. What make is it? I think Milwaukee. And the bit is just some Amazon bit. A Martisan. Battery adds weight. I might go back to the slimmer battery, but it came with it. And it was they were running a sale, so the timing was kind of perfect. I think I got it for like 100 and something bucks off of MSRP. So that was nice. It was like right when I was truly getting over it. Like I'm like, all right, man, I'm over doing this by hand. I'm so over it. Blue Sharpie. Oh, nice make. Yeah, I'm kind of a Milwaukee household, or I don't want to say I'm a snob, but because I have other tools like Ryobi and whatnot, but most of my tools are Milwaukee. I kind of just save up and just go with Milwaukee when I can. I got a big old ball of dust on my shirt and just now realizing is there. Next thing we should do is remove these antennas. This is the light strip cable. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna remove this because that heatsink does need to be cleaned. Get that over to the side. Ow! And squish. Fish worms. No. Pay once, cry once. It's Charles. It's Mr. Applesauce. Because that's the brand of applesauce is Mott. I thought about that the other day. I was like, oh yeah, Charles' last name is Mott. Yeah, like the applesauce. Man, when I was getting my, me being in all my infinite wisdom, I decided to get my tonsils removed and my wisdom teeth stinking, extracted in the same, like, in a 3-month period. So Mott's applesauce got a ton of my paycheck within that 3-month period because I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't eat any solid food because it was just painful. It was funny. I made like a Mott pyramid, and we're talking the big jars, not the little cups, the big one. Not the little, no, like this. I made like a pyramid. I had so many. I went through so many jars of applesauce. Lost weight too. Let me get my right arm a break. Jeez, you can tell I'm not very left-handed. Trying to be ambidextrous. My full name. He's a bit saucy at times. It's funny living on Apple. But it's a double-barreled surname. Look, come on, Squish. That's funny. Get our magnet here. And pick up all these screws. My stomach keeps growling at me. That's all the screws. You can Google me, it's there. Adopt me, I want that name, straight up. Mott, go to bed. Are you serious? That's kind of cool. I can't tell if he's trolling or not. But I'm gonna live in a world where it's real. That'd be hilarious. Man, thermal solution they used on this one, pretty substantial. Oh yeah, I gotta keep an ear out for Alvin. That way I don't miss the notification. Sometimes I like to keep my phone on like a low noise mode. Because if not, man, I would never detach from working. There you are. In the world? Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Man, it was like that much suction. Alright, cool. Les Miserables. Alright, red Sharpie time. Yep, I just Googled me. Definitely there. Sarah Louise Mott married a William Crabb go to bed 3 or 4 gens ago. Because it gave the Mott name as a middle name, they added it as a double barrel. That's hilarious. Mott go to bed. I'll eat this again. Alright, dinner time, blah blah. UVIB. Okay. Must have snuck away. Dang it, I should have took off that sticky. I don't even know if I can really reuse it. I think it's pretty mangled. Let's see, how's the liquid metal? Slight dry spot, but overall pretty good. No. I probably should... Uh-oh, someone added me. Do you fix laptops? I'll do maintenance on laptops. I don't know about fix. I haven't spent enough time to understand their circuitry to be very effective. But I have taken a few in to mixed results. Like if it's a straightforward repair, I'm pretty decent. But then again, I just don't get a whole lot of them in. I'm too inundated with PS5s. But I would like to work on laptops more. They just don't really come my way. I have one that I need to replace the CMOS battery and use my spot welder to spot weld the tabs on there. That's definitely one in the queue. And it's not even confirmed if that's 100% the issue, but that's what the customer requested and suspected was the issue. Yeah, this can be dusted. This needs a good cleaning of dust. Alright, let's replace the HDMI port and then we will clean this up and then get it back out. You see how much quicker that was versus a console that has bugs? Like, sheesh, man. Like, this is why I feel super justified in charging what I charge for the bug fee. It's like you can literally watch it takes more time. Like, actually. And usually customers are understanding. go ahead and get this sticky removed. We don't need this melting and creating lung cancer. Alright. Alright, let's inspect it under the microscope. And I'll still never get over how nice it is to be able to actually show you guys stuff. Let's see how this thing is looking. Ooh, so fortunate. No rip pads. Which is kind of nice actually, because I didn't want to deal with that today. You guys seeing that? Don't forget to check Twitch chat. No, I don't. I think, yeah, my chat comes up mixed. That was an old message. Must have been out of the room or something. Oh yeah, this thing broke pretty bad, but thankfully it looks like it didn't take any pads with it. It's alright, let's go ahead and get this guy replaced. Let me add flux to the underside. Just a little. Don't need to go too crazy. You know what? I might treat my dad to some lunch. I feel like that would be good. Since he's helping me out with that water heater. Probably after this PS5, because my stomach has been yelling at me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's like, feed me! I don't know if you guys ever played Ultimate Spider-Man for the 6th generation of consoles, so PS2, GameCube, and OG Xbox Solo. Whistling. Alright guys, one moment and then we will tackle this. I need to help my dad push my toolbox back into place. He already made the hole, so I'll be right back, I promise. Probably a good time to get some water or use the bathroom, stuff like that. 1 second, guys. Hope you guys can hear me. Customer arrived, so I'm just gonna hand off this PS5, and then I'll be able to hop back on the stream. Sorry about the delay, guys. All right, let's get on with the business. Shout out to WolfPackElectronics dad for pulling up and taking care of that, drilling a hole in my concrete real quick. Shout out to dad. Do a dad shout out on the stream. And yeah, Snoopy Poo was his username on the Twitch side. He just came by and picked up his console. Let's see. Yeah, Snoopy Boo 13. He just came by, so that was awesome. He's cool, dude. We were just chatting for a little bit. He said he learned a lot watching the stream, and that makes me happy. He learned a lot about like the dry spot and liquid metal and that diode. So that's awesome. That means I'm doing the thing. That makes it all worth it. Thanks at WolfPackElectronics dad. Yeah. I'm sure when he gets home he might tune into the stream. Still want to treat him to dinner or something. He helped a lot. Alright, so let's get everything we need prepped beforehand. I need to change the nozzle on my hot air gun, because when I was removing that diode, which that method still ended up not being viable because there's so much heat that gets dumped into the PCB. It's like a huge heat sink. Alright, we got the nozzle off. Let's turn it on. Hot air station is going. Hot air is a flowing and blowing. Pause. Okay. Let's go to our microscope cam. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so let's just do a healthy portion of flux, on merch. That is a lot of flux. If I do say so myself, I kind of went a little ham on that. Little honey baked ham. Fun fact, I used to work at Honey Baked Ham for 1 season. I worked at Honey Baked Ham. And yo, shout out to the older folks who enjoy to go to Honey Baked Ham, because if you help them carry their ham out to like their car, and sometimes they would give you a tip, because it was during the holidays, so I get that people are in a more giving, cheerful mood too. But man, just for carrying some ham, it's like, geez, thank you. We'll buy some AirPods or whatever else I was buying when I was like 20 years old. 9 years ago, that's crazy. Alright, let's get our tweezers. And you guys can actually see what I'm doing now. Hold up, I can just rotate the camera. That way you guys can see at a better angle. I grab this top part and apply heat from the underside. Nice. Alright, let's swap in the new port before we lose all of our heat. All the pads look good, so that's nice. Just gonna do a quick swap here. Hopefully we still have enough flux to get it done. We're good. Let's just hold it. It's funny watching that single point when it hardens, goes from liquid to solid. It's cool to watch. All right, let's see how we did. Is it flush? Let's see, did we get it pretty flush to the board? I think we did. It's looking good. Alright, let's do a push test of the pins. One is good, 2 is good, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, we're not in focus. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, it's good, and 19, good. Nice, looks good. Oh, so those diodes are not only used here and here, but it's the same diode there. Okay. I know. So I can pull that diode from more than just here in the circuit. I can pull it from there. Good to know for future reference if that diode ever fails. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up though. Yeah, nice job. Thanks, Worms. Appreciate that. Always, reassurance is always nice. Positive reinforcement. The only thing is that one anchor point here on the left is looking a little shaky, but looks can be deceiving, and per IPC it only needs to fill 70% of the hole, which I know it is. So per IPC that would pass class 3. Oh yeah, they're not IPC anymore, they're changing their name. They're rebranding to like Global Electronics Association or something like that. I gotta remember that going forward, but they still use the IPC name for now. It's funny now, if you use the term IPC, you're probably considered a veteran. Which, when I first got certified, was in 2013. IPC 7711. I didn't even have 610 or the inspection ones yet. I just went straight to rework and repair, because that's what I found interesting at the time. Alright, let me get my air gun. Sexy. Why, thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Andy's gonna make me blush. And even if I was, you wouldn't be able to tell. I got a mask on and melanin. Alright, let's see. That's like one of my oldest jokes in my book. It's like, I'm blushing, but you just can't tell. Whenever someone gives me a compliment. It's not the straightest, but that's fine. They're not even that straight from factory, so they don't need to be. Plus, like, the pins can be a little bent, and that can cause it to not be straight. Careful, not be so rough with this. Actually pay attention to what I'm doing here. Mask equals your fume extractor. Yeah, I feel like it's better than nothing, but it's still not the best. Let's be real here. Stuff likes to ooze when it oozes. Skin on my hands due to clean my rims. Oof. Dang, what products did you use, man? Better put some cocoa butter on there. Quick plan. About to have the eczema flare up. Not saying you have eczema, but dry skin does cause flare-ups of that skin condition. Alright, this thing's looking good. Time for a cleaning and a respread. I'm gonna head to my garage real quick. We're going to do a respread. I mean a dusting. I can be past again. Take my mask off, not put it on. Opposite of future. Alright, let's go to the garage with these pieces. We shall proceed. I like to do this in 2 stages. I'm just gonna do the bottom first. Alright, be right back. Wolfpack. Getting on my Ty Lopez. Forgot to turn my computer on. Alrighty. The air compressor dudes cleared out a good amount of dust. Okay. Caught by the bot. Uh-oh, who did it? I got psoriasis, so I have to use gloves when doing washing this, especially. Speaking of which, back in a bit, off to wash dishes, still lurking though. Alright, sweet. Funny enough, I need to wash dishes. The pile is kind of ridiculous. AKA, use my dishwasher. I got black fingers in traffic grind, so I have to rub it clean. I got black fingers in traffic. Black fingers in traffic grime, so I have to rub it clean. Uh-oh. Yeah, the bot didn't like that. Here, I'll allow it. Thought it was something sexual, I guess. That's what it said. I didn't think it was. This console's done. Alright. Get the heatsink back in and screwed and fastened. And then we will respread the liquid metal coming from traffic. Yeah. I don't know what exactly it's called. It's like getting black stuff on the wheels. Yeah, that grime. Yeah. It's just grime. It's just like dirt and oil, sand. It all collects. Cool. Alright, it's looking good. Time to respread liquid metal. Easily become one of my favorite parts of these types of repairs. Take my gloves off for this. I don't like wearing gloves with liquid metal. It's easier to get it off my skin than off of gloves. This thing isn't too badly oxidized at all, really. But it does have some, and I'm already here, so I might as well. Alright. 1,600 kilometers long. I got the rims from France. They were sent to my country. Gotcha. You're in Germany, right? If I'm not mistaken. If I remember correctly. Link for Hunter. Alright, got that thing to squeak. That was close. Denmark. Oh, okay. Not quite. I was off. Alright, so that liquid metal has been respread. Let's do the processor. Excuse me. Alright, let's let that alcohol dry. Also ordered a new intercycle, but the post office has had it for 3 days. I don't know what they're up to. Oh, jeez. Alright. We're good. On the weekend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the post office here in the US, it's like they're open, but for very limited hours. I'm pretty sure they're already closed. Yeah, 2 p.m. they're already closed. Let's get this guy in there. Also, another benefit I just thought of is if you use liquid metal with your bare hands, you can just put gloves on and it'll stay on the inside of the gloves. That's a fair assessment, I think. The worst thing is when your package gets lost. I'm like, how the heck did you lose it? Like, what the heck does that even mean? Got lost. Somebody better find it. That's what I'd be saying. Let's get the LED light strip in. The cable be getting on my nerves sometimes. Don't want to just stay where it's supposed to. Nice. Let's get the X clamp on there, and then we're good enough to go ahead and run our initial test. See if we get picture. Alright, let's go on over to the test stand, and we are going to test. Go figure. What else do you do at a test stand, huh? I guess we stand, too. That's a triple entendre. It's a test stand, we test stuff there, and we stand. It's got all the symptoms. Alright. See what we got here. Alright, there goes the light flicker. It's a good sign. I mean, it posted before. I don't expect it not to post. I didn't do anything with those circuits. Alright, we're turning it on. Make sure it goes to HDMI 1. I don't know why it's on HDMI 2. Do we get a picture on screen? We do get a picture on screen. That's the it worked dance. Alright, just want to snap a pic real quick. It looked like it auto signed in. Kind of wanted to get a picture of the login screen. Let's do that. Let's see. Man, that many people text me in a day? Jeez. Okay, let me turn this guy off. Then we can proceed with final reassembly, and that one will be done. So much quicker, just like that. Boom. 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 It's like the Warlock snap in Destiny 2. Alright, let's go back to the overhead camera. So all that is good. Let's get the top panel. You know what? Yeah, let me go dust this stuff off. I forgot to dust the fan. I like to do it in 2 parts now because it's a lot to try to carry all the way to the garage. So, BRB. In fact, I'm going to change the lettering on Be Right Back to just going to the garage. I need to make one that says using air compressor in garage. That'll be the new overlay. Got to mute myself. Sorry about that. We are back. We are back inside, under air. As real estate agents will tell you. It's the square footage under air, though. Like a new iPhone. Okay. Let's get all these bajillion screws in. Where's my other glove? Oh, I put it over there. I hate when I do that. Can I come on the weekend? Oh, yeah. How long have we been at it? Almost 3 hours. 3 more screws remaining. Yeesh. Alright, that's that. Wait a minute. Okay. Whew. I can still get it in there. Didn't put the original gasket tape that was there. But I think I can get it in this way. Nice. Nice. I got it in there. Alright, let's write our message. Episode 72. Alright, let's get some Kapton tape on there because these paper tape has done all it could. Excuse me. Alright. It's looking good. Alright, let's finish reassembly. thingers can be quite annoying at times. Let's get the fan installed and then the cover. We're gonna need that in a little bit. Let's bring it up here. Did I take a picture? No, I did not take a picture. Did not take a picture. I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better. I didn't put a screw in yet before I remembered. And I did not take a picture. We're getting better. Our brain is triggering that memory like, hey, did you take a picture? All right. Actually, let me just place them all. wonder if the bit is starting to go. Nice. Test something real quick. No, it's bottoming out. Okay. It spins. I just gotta remember to stop. Man, how does dust get on these fins, man? Is there dust on this one? Alright. I gotta make a quick garage run because I want to get the dust off of these fins. PlayStation side. It's gonna be in my left hand. User side is on my, or bottom is on my right hand. I'm gonna just do this now before I forget. Put the warranty sticker back. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna head to the garage real quick, get these cleaned up, and then that'll be that for this console. Nice and clean. Nice. Let's go ahead and get this running on the test stand. Oh no, what is wrong with this thing? Loving to go back to HDMI 2, but it automatically switched, so that's good. Oh, nice. They already have Astro's Playroom in, but it's not installed. Okay, so we have Wi-Fi working fine. Bluetooth working just fine. I guess this thing has an update, so I need to do that so I can run some tests. Alright, let's clean up a little bit. Smack that thing. Ah, man, I am starving. And I gotta wash dishes and a bunch of other stuff. You know, I might stream later tonight. Do like a second stream. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, I think we are good. Let's see, 3 hours and 6 minutes mark. Here, let's go ahead and transition to just chatting. It's a serious update that's going on over there. Why did I put that console back together? It's gonna need the parts. It's gonna need a fuse and that PMIC. But I have it. No, don't stream later. I'll be sleeping. I got you, Andy. I'll see about how quickly I can get back to streaming. I'm just gonna go grab some food, wash those dishes, and then I should be good to hop back on. Yeah, I should be good to hop back on. Oh, and laundry too. Try to incorporate some chores in this little hiatus. Shoot, let's do a quick. No worries, Jeff. Yeah, let's do a quick recap before we hop off. Oh, the console's restart. I was about to say. So we got that one PS5 done. It was supposed to be just a simple HDMI port repair, but it had a shorted diode in the HDMI circuit. We got that diode replaced. We transplanted it from a donor board, so that was awesome, and got that working. Customer picked it up already, so that's awesome. Then the second unit that we did today, from that Gauntlet, it was just a straightforward HDMI port replacement. We got that done, so that's good. So we have 3 more for this weekend that I want to knock out, and then I'm going to work on some other things as well. Like we have another PS5 that has a blown fuse in the power management IC circuit, so I want to see. I didn't find any shorts in my initial probing when I first found the issue, the blown fuse, but I want to see about what is actually causing that. Now that system did experience a lightning strike. And then there's a couple other units that have also experienced a lightning strike, so I'm hoping to get through those as well. Anyway, guys, that is the recap for today for this morning session. I may do a evening session, but to be determined. Don't hold me to that. But appreciate you guys for stopping by as always. You know how that goes. Oh look, a little place Sony logo popped up again. Good. But thanks guys for tuning in, and until next time, peace.